August 1590. A small boat scrapes onto the sand of Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. The man stepping off it is John White, governor, artist, grandfather. He has been gone 3 years, trapped in England by a war he never asked to be part of. He is coming home to his daughter, his son-in-law, and his granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child ever born in the Americas. He expects noise, hammers, voices, a child's laughter. Instead, he finds nothing. The fort still stands. The palisade walls are intact. Nothing has been burned, nothing looted, nothing broken. But the 115 men, women, and children who lived here are gone. Every one of them. No bodies, no blood, no graves. Just a single word carved into a wooden post at the entrance. CROATOAN. For over 400 years, that word has been treated like a riddle. In reality, it may be the answer the world has been ignoring since 1590. In 1587, roughly 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island under Governor John White, sent to build England's first permanent foothold in the New World. Supplies ran low almost immediately, and relations with nearby indigenous groups had already soured after earlier, more hostile English expeditions to the same coast. White sailed back to England for help, expecting to return within a year. Instead, war broke out with Spain, and every English ship, including his, was seized for the fight against the Armada. 3 years passed before he could return. When he finally did, in 1590, all he found was an empty fort and one carved word. For centuries, the theories were exactly what you'd expect from a story with no ending. Dramatic, dark, and mostly unprovable. A massacre by hostile tribes. Spanish patrol ships hunting rival settlements. Starvation, disease, even colonial paranoia turning inward. The mystery deepened in the 1930s with the so-called Dare Stones, inscribed rocks supposedly carved by Eleanor Dare herself. They made headlines nationwide before being exposed as elaborate forgeries. For most of the 20th century, that's where the case sat, unsolved and treated more like folklore than history. The real breakthrough didn't come from a shovel. It came from a piece of paper that had been sitting in a museum the entire time. In 2012, researchers at the British Museum examined one of John White's own watercolor maps, a 16th century document called La Virginia Pars. Under specialized backlighting, they noticed something strange. Beneath a small patch glued onto the map, the faint outline of a four-pointed fort symbol, roughly 50 miles inland from Roanoke Island, near where the Roanoke and Chowan rivers meet. That location matches something White wrote in his own journals. Before leaving for England, the colonists had discussed relocating 50 miles into the mainland. White may have deliberately hidden their planned location to protect it from Spanish eyes, turning a simple map into a possible survival plan, hidden in plain sight for 4 centuries. Following that lead, archaeologists with the first colony foundation shifted their search into Bertie County on the mainland to a location now known as Site X. There, they found fragments of English pottery, a greenish glazed ceramic called Surrey Hampshire borderware. Just as telling was what they didn't find: clay tobacco pipes, which littered Jamestown's refuse pits from 1607 onward. Their total absence at Site X places these artifacts firmly in the Roanoke colonists' era, not Jamestown's. For years, skeptics argued Site X was just a scouting camp, not proof of permanent resettlement. That held until a second site, Site Y, was confirmed nearby, also in Bertie County. Two distinct Elizabethan-era sites in the same region look less like a single detour and more like a sustained, organized migration inland. But the inland story only accounts for part of the colony. What about the other half? While one team dug through Bertie County, another worked the dunes of Hatteras Island, southeast of Roanoke. That word carved into the post, CROATOAN, wasn't a mystery term. In the 16th century, it was simply the name for Hatteras Island, home to the Croatan people who had a documented, largely friendly relationship with the colonists. For generations, oral histories from Croatan and Lumbee descendants held that the settlers were absorbed into indigenous communities through intermarriage and shared daily life, dismissed for decades as folklore. Recent excavations on Hatteras through 2024 and into 2025 have stated to change that. Archaeologists found sites where English and Native American artifacts and refuse sit directly side by side. Native pottery alongside English tools. A rusted sword hilt near European copper. That's not the signature of a battlefield. It's the signature of a shared household. The picture forming is one where the colony didn't vanish in a single event. It split. Some moved inland towards Site X and Site Y. Others went to the coast and were taken in by the CROATOAN. The most striking evidence yet doesn't come from the ground at all. It comes from DNA. Through the Lost Colony DNA project, led by genetic genealogist Roberta Estes, researchers have been comparing the genetic markers of modern families in the region against known 16th century English lineages. One case stands out. A project participant, referred to publicly as Mr. Brown, was found to carry a Y DNA signature consistent with a Tudor-era English lineage, and it corresponds to the surname of two colonists listed on the original 1587 roster, Henry and William Brown. It's not a smoking gun on its own, but layered on top of the hidden map, the inland sites, and the mixed settlements on Hatteras, it adds a genetic thread connecting the present day directly back to 1587. Even with all of this, huge gaps remain. We don't know exactly when the split happened, or whether it was a single decision or a slow unraveling over months. We don't know how many colonists survived the initial years at all. Disease and hardship were brutal realities of early colonial life. The DNA links, while compelling, aren't definitive proof for every family that claims descent. What we have isn't a solved case in the way a courtroom would define it. What we have is a body of independent evidence, cartographic, archaeological, oral historical, and genetic, that all points in the same direction. For over 400 years, we treated Roanoke as a ghost story, a colony that vanished into thin air. But the evidence emerging now tells a very different story. Not a story of disappearance, but of adaptation. When supplies ran out and their governor never returned, the colonists didn't wait to die. They dismantled their fort, split into groups, and walked, some inland, some to the coast, and folded themselves into the world already there. They stopped being English colonists. They became something else entirely. Maybe the reason no one found them for 400 years is that we were looking for a lost English colony. We should have been looking for an American family. If you want more deep dives into history's unsolved mysteries like this one, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next investigation. And let me know down in the comments, do you think the colonists chose to disappear, or were they forced to? I read every one.